All right, sit down. The briefing starts now. This is the final strategy you'll need to break through the impenetrable walls of N2 and N1. Let me ask you something, straight up. Are you still treating your kanji study like it's some kind of art class? Trying to memorize the shape of every single character like it's a little drawing? Let me be blunt. That's just playing around. It won't work on the battlefield. That approach only got you as far as N3. On the battlefields of N2 and N1, the number of enemies increases exponentially. Your current method is like trying to take down a modern fighter jet with a bamboo spear. You get it? You're losing before the fight even begins. Today, we are going to completely destroy that old operating system stuck in your head and install a new way of thinking.
Phase 1. First, I want you to take every inefficient method you've ever believed in and throw it all out. Right here, right now.
Look, this is the truth. Those N2 and N1 kanji you're so afraid of, over 90% of them are made of what we call phonetic ideographic characters. These aren't random pictures you have to memorize. They're part of a system. So, what are these characters? Think of them like a simple model kit. They're made of two parts. One part that tells you the meaning and one part that tells you the sound. It's that simple. Look, the reason you've been struggling isn't your fault. It's just that nobody ever told you about the structure. Let me show you the proof. Look at these three characters. The kanji for copper has the metal radical because it's related to metal. Wash has the water radical because you use water. Word has the speech radical. See the pattern? The left side gives you the category of meaning, and the right side gives you the sound. Native speakers see that left side component and instantly know, this is about metal. Most of the critical information is right there. Now, I'm going to give you the weapon to turn this system to your advantage, a technique I call kanji structural hacking. Let's put it into practice. This is the N1 kanji for jealousy. Sheets. Don't let it intimidate you. Don't you dare freeze up. Break it down. Now. The part on the right gives you the sound, shitsu. The important part is the radical on the left, ana. It doesn't just mean woman, it extends to the category of emotion or passion. So what you have is a word related to emotion with the sound shitsu. In a sentence, if it's used in a negative context, that's enough. You don't need a perfect translation. Let's do another one. This is chu, from the word for hesitation. Again, don't flinch. Deconstruct. The right side gives you the sound, chu, and the left side, that's the foot radical. This puts the character in the category of actions involving the feet. So it's a word about a foot-related action with the sound chu. For now, you don't need to know anything more. If you see it in a sentence, you can guess it means the foot action stopped or hesitated. Mission accomplished. Listen to me and listen carefully. Your goal is not 100% perfect understanding. It is one thing and one thing only, to not miss the general direction of the meaning. Just thinking, this word is related to feet is often enough. If you can grasp that general direction, you can absolutely pick the right answer. So now you have the tactic. But even the best weapon is useless if the person wielding it is weak. Your most fatal weakness? It's internal. It's your mindset. Face reality. There is an infinite amount to learn, but the time you have until the exam and your brain's resources are finite. If you want to win, you have to think strategically about how to allocate those resources. You cannot afford to waste a single bite of your precious memory on useless garbage. I want you to imagine you have two strategists in your head. The first one is an incompetent strategist named perfectionism. The moment you see a kanji you don't know, he panics and screams, "My lord, I don't know the exact meaning. We have to check the dictionary. Let's stop and think." If you have been listening to this strategist's advice, you will fire him immediately. Let me be clear. To stop on the battlefield of an exam is to die. Now, looking things up in a dictionary isn't inherently bad, but look at the clock. Think about the time you have left versus the sheer amount of work to be done. You have to calmly assess what you truly need to do right this second. Besides, what happens if you spend all that time memorizing something now, only to forget it later? That's just a waste. You're just strangling yourself. Can't you see that yet? The strategist you need to hire is different. You need a genius strategist, like the hero from the Three Kingdoms, Zhuge Long, Kong Ming. While the incompetent strategist is getting distracted by a single leaf, Kong Ming is looking at the entire forest. He's not fazed by an army of unknown kanji. Why? Because he's not looking at the tiny character in front of him. He is always focused on the big picture. the overall strategic situation.
Just imagine. In the middle of a massive battle, do you think Kongming cared about what the enemy soldiers ate for breakfast? Of course not. That information is completely irrelevant to victory. It is nothing but noise.
Your obsession with the exact stroke order, with every obscure meaning, that is the enemy's breakfast. It is useless data. Do not waste your precious time on it. This isn't a Japanese research conference, it's an exam, and your one and only objective is to win. You can do all the research you want after you've secured your victory.
Good. Now for the final orders to ensure your victory. Today, I have bestowed upon you 2 weapons. First, the tactic of structural hacking, the ability to see through a kanji structure and deduce its meaning. And second, the Kongming mindset, the strategy of ignoring trivial details to focus only on the big picture.
And don't you forget it. The soldier who stops to understand one sentence 100%, and the soldier who runs to the finish line with 60% understanding of the whole text, the one who survives and wins this battle is the latter. Do not underestimate the strategic value of, I mostly get it.
But we're not done. I can see it on your face. The logic makes sense, but what about all the other radicals? Don't worry, in the next briefing, I am going to drill the complete map of all major radicals essential for N2 and N1 victory directly into your brain.
If you are serious about breaking through this wall, subscribe and await the next summons. That is all. Dismissed.